And it is my tremendous honor to bring our next guest, Mr. Dermoth Mattison, on to the Divine Connection podcast to share some exciting information with you. And I'm asking everyone to stay connected. We need you. We need your attention. We need your input. And this is a great day on Divine Connection. So, welcome, Mr. Madison. And how are you doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon?
Good afternoon, Sister Angie and Divine Connection audience. I'm doing great. It's so great to be a part of this program. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, it is my pleasure. And as we were talking with our prior guest, I don't know if you had caught any of what was being shared, but I was sharing with the audience how important it is and how impacted it can be when we come together as kingdom leaders and influencers and make impact not only on our churches, not only on our families, but on the larger sphere that God has given to us. So, for those who may not know, you're looking at the face of a brilliant, one of the most brilliant persons that I know, a very humble servant of God, but is talented, a visionary, extraordinary, and he has been with us before. So many of you may recognize him again, but he is here with us a second time to share some important information, and we need you to be a stakeholder. So keep it locked right here. So, Mr. Madison, what has happened since you were last on Divine Connection? It's been a while.
Yes, and thank you so much for having me be a part of this program again today. Divine Connection is a really tremendous program, and appreciate this opportunity. So, since I've been on the last time, I've had the privilege of leading a tremendous team in launching a public charter school in the Long Island region, South Shore Charter School, and we are now entering our third year of operation, serving over 350 scholars and families in the Central Islip region. And we launched with K-1, kindergarten and first grade, and now we're entering our third year, now serving third grade, so now serving K through 3. And over the past few years, God has been so good. I think every step of the way, everything that we have accomplished has been nothing short of a miracle. God has given us favor and helping us to be able to get our foot in. When we had challenges through prayer, we were able to overcome, and we're here today, celebrating the fact that we're able to really impact the lives of so many families who were seeking something different from their public school experience. Many families, felt trapped in a system that was failing them for many years. And here we are providing an opportunity for scholars to be able to, have an environment that focuses on character education, inquiry-based learning, innovation. And I'm really great to, be in this position to be able to be a part of shaping minds and hearts for the future.
All right, he's very modest, but I'll brag. This charter school, its inception since 2023. And if you're following along as I'm scrolling through the website, you can see the astounding accomplishments that have already been realized. For ELA, that's the English language. And what's the A? Help me with that. English language arts.
Arts.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, I scored. Yes. And they are ranked in the top, not 10, not 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1% nationally. We're talking about a school that has been established for in 2023 and already, right? And for math, and we know how we feel about math. Math is a challenge for many adults. I can only imagine for children. And the South Shore Charter School is ranked as well in the top 1% nationally. So we can tell that this is a school that has set itself apart from other schools. So I know that the school or you're getting ready to expand. So tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll go into how others connected can help us.
Sure. So, this school was really birthed out of a burden for a region that, God placed on my heart. It was an act of faith to step out and trust God to make a way when I definitely didn't see how certain things were going to be possible. And I think over the past 2, 3 years, we've really seen how we've been able to impact a lot of families. And as we begin to understand more needs that exist in the region that we serve, we're hearing more of a cry that we want what's happening here to be a part of our community. We want to also have a school of choice that focuses on the core elements that you guys focus on. And so, through again a burden that I felt, we have decided that we want to expand our reach, right? So right now we're serving Central Suffolk County or Central Long Island essentially, but now we want to go further east and serve the William Floyd community and also the Brentwood community to be able to replicate our, reach into those areas and serve more families. And it's all about serving our community. It's all about really impacting lives and, helping our scholars to be able to realize their full potential. So we're excited that we have answered this call to do more. And it's all about giving our well deserved scholars the very best education that we know they're capable of achieving if they only have the setting that's going to help them to achieve it. So we're excited. Again, it's an act of faith because we don't see the way yet. We don't know how things are going to end, but this begun with faith, and we're going to continue to have faith in every direction, every move that we
Wow.
make. And we're super excited that we have embraced the vision to go forth and to make impacts in other regions that we know have voice that they want what we are currently offering.
Wow. And what I'm going to share on the screen, I was privileged to be at the graduation in June, and that was incredible. And I'll share this. Please let me know if you guys can hear. Just amazing what's happening at South Shore. That was just a teaser. And um please, everyone that's connected, taking on the establishment of a charter school is an incredible uphill just task. Am I even articulating it correctly? It is
You are.
no small happy by any stretch of the imagination. So, can you tell us what is the driving force behind your passion and why are you expanding now?
Good question. So I guess I can start with myself, right? So I don't share this often, but I'll share a little bit about my personal journey. So I'm a Jamaican immigrant. My you know dad brought us here, myself and my sibling here in the 90s, and when we came here to this country, we were in a very challenging community in Queens, and the schools that I went to, they were not great schools. In fact, my middle school and my high school are closed down and phased out because they were that bad. And had it not been for the grace of God and a strong father, I wouldn't be where I am today. A dad who was determined not to, for me not to become a statistic as a young African American male in New York City. And the truth is that I graduated from high school not being fully equipped for college. Um, but through the grace of God and through hard work, I'm proud that I was able to really persevere and to be able to then make an impact on others. And throughout my career professionally, I saw a pattern of inner city youth or youth in minority communities who are also not getting the preparation they need to be successful. And so that has fueled a passion in me to want to make a difference, right? I mean, over the course of the past few years, I have no doubt about what my, you know, giftings and callings are. I feel very sure about my purpose in life. And it's really to uplift others and to better humanity using, kingdom principles. And so I am operating in that space in my life. And, you know, that's what fuels me is the idea that I can make a difference in my community and I can be a part of changing the trajectory of a young person's life, right? So my entire life is energized by the idea that I can make a difference. And so every day I wake up in the mornings, I feel so energized. I feel charged. I don't, I tell my wife sometimes I don't feel like my job is a job. I love what I do because I know that when I, go in classrooms and I see young people and I know that we're making such a great difference in their lives, it just fuels me and helps me to feel purposeful. So that's my passion. That's where it comes from. And I feel incredibly blessed to be able to be a part of a team because yes, I've been positioned to lead the effort, but I also have a tremendous team behind me of leaders who put their hearts and soul into the work that we do. And we are where we are today because of great leaders that we have in our organization that have the same passion and same desire. So excellence is something that we believe in. That's a banner, one of our banner core values. And, I think that, passion is something that will drive you to do great things. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be in this space where I can use the passion to fuel change in my community.
Well spoken. And then for those who are connected, what we really desire from every single person that is connected and that will listen in the replay. If you go to today's podcast, and I will also display that momentarily, and you click on the description. So this is the description. All right. So yeah, there you go. We'll mute that. But if you expand right here, you will see to support South Shore Charter School, and there are two hyperlinks, and you can just select on the link. And we're asking you, we need 2,000 signatures for an online petition. And you don't have to be concerned that this will violate any of your privacy. You don't have to put any personal information. You don't have to put your address, your zip. It's requested, but it's not required. But what he will need 2,000 signatures to help to bring this dream to pass. Think of all these children. I think I the clip that I actually wanted to play, because I was at the graduation, and I tell you, it was just incredible. If you have a chance to even visit the current school, it's amazing. And to have our children have the opportunity, to enter into a classroom, a school setting, from the foundation. We're talking kindergartens, 5 years old, all the way up to the fifth grade, and be in an environment where the leadership is leading with just impeccable character, so driven. You've heard it, the passion, and just to see these young people, and that their lives are being impacted. But I just can't describe it. I was at the graduation, but it's just an amazing. It was an amazing experience, and to replicate or to do the same thing in other communities. And Mr. Madison, if you would just kind of explain to the audience just the lack of great education in some of the areas where people may not have all the bells and whistles that others have, and what that would mean to them, what your signature, those of you who are connected, going on, I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Hit that link and just sign. Tell everybody you know to sign. Tell us what that will mean to those community and to this vision of yours.
Sure. So, as everyone knows, right, that in New York, your zip code and where you live determines a lot in regards to the resources you have at your disposal, right? So, for families who are more affluent, who have the resources to be able to live in certain communities, they have great schools, and the resources are just like unlimited, right? But then there are others similar to myself, the way I grew up in the city, where my zip code was not one of the high on the higher end of the income bracket, right? So it means that we had limited resources at our disposal, right? So what a charter school does is it allows families to not feel trapped in the situation that they're in, right? And it essentially gives them an opportunity to be able to choose something different and something better, right? For a lot of families, charter schools have been the closest that they'll ever get to a free, tuition free education, right? And so that's what we offer, a private school setting for free. Essentially, it's lottery based, so it's really an opportunity where families can have access to something that they probably would not have access to. We have families currently, we have a wait list, where it means that we're full to capacity and we can take no more families. And we have families, they call us, they write us, they email us saying, hey, like, can I please get a spot in your school? Can my child please come to your school? And unfortunately, in some cases, we have to say no because we are full to capacity, right? So by you signing this petition, it may seem very small, right? Like you're just like typing your name and saying, yes, I support the establishment of these two schools. It may seem small to you, but it's significant. It's basically given us an opportunity to be able to show the state that yes, this is a need, and we have others who are behind us, others who are supporting us in achieving this goal. So we definitely need your help, right? We would love if you would click on that link and just sign the petition. And you're basically signing to say, I want to be a part of providing a tuition free, high quality education to a community that needs it. That's basically what you're saying. And I think for all of us speaking here, all of us who are listening here, I know that you believe in education. you believe that education is a pathway to upward mobility, right? Speaking, myself as someone who came from very humble beginnings, if it was not for education, I would not be where I am today, right? God first, obviously, He does it all, right? But having access to that high quality education definitely makes a difference. So we do need your help. What we're doing is achieving success, and we simply want to be able to offer more opportunities to more families who are telling us that they need it. One of the things also I want to share with you is that one of the communities that we're applying to go into, there's a high homeless population there, right? I actually today met with an elected official in the town, and who they're in full support of what we're doing, and they were even able to share with me some information around like challenges that exist in the community, right? So I know sometimes when people think Long Island, they think the Hamptons, they think things are all fine and nice, but there are definitely pockets of communities where families are really struggling and they want options available to them. And just like everywhere else in the state of New York, your zip code determines resources. And that is the case where we're currently looking to serve. So we need your help. We appreciate you in advance for signing it. And not only sign it, but share it with someone else and say, hey, I listened to this program, to the Divine Connection. I heard about this school that's trying to expand their footprint in a region. I sign it to and help them. We would appreciate that so much. It's two applications, one for Brentwood and one for the Williamford School District. And you can even Google these communities just to learn more about what's happened in the history. There's a history of gang violence in the region that the region has been battling for a few years. And I think through our character education program, we have been able to really help our young people to understand that there is a better way, and that they don't have to give in to these negative influences that are trying to derail their future. So by you signing and supporting us, you're basically helping us to provide a setting where young people don't have to turn to negative forces that are trying to destroy the God given potential they have inside of them.
That's incredible. And people of God, everyone that's listening under the sound of our voice, we can make an impact. We can make inroads. And your signature count. And remember, you're going to sign twice. It's for two distinct campuses, two different areas. You are seeing the founder and the executive director. You've heard his heart. I can tell you this is not an easy thing to accomplish, but with the favor of God and with your help, and just share it. It's a link. We get these things from so many different avenues asking for help. Share it with your family chat, share it with your friend group, share it with your local congregation. This is a national online petition. Therefore, you are not restricted. And, it's just saying this is a great idea. I've heard from the founder of the school. I'm going to support this. And you don't have to put any information that you are uncomfortable with online. It's just signing. It's one, two, three, very easy. So please, if you have already pressed the link and you have already signed, put it in the chat that I have already signed the petition. You can listen and jump over. It's one, two, three, and get it done. Someone is saying that the hyperlink is in the chat. It should work. Try it again. And remember, it's two separate links. So where you see the word Brentwood, before that word, just copy to that from William Floyd to the S, if you want to put it that way. That's one link. And then you put that in your browser. That should absolutely work. And then copy from Brentwood to the P, and then great. Thank you, Karen. You signed and you shared. Oh, wonderful. So we want to, by tomorrow, we want to see a surge in the online petition because this is a great task and we need your help. Everyone, if you can just get to a device and share it. And yes, yes, and okay, thank you for those who have already signed. We appreciate it. Awesomeness. Anything else you'd like to say to us, Mr. Madison, before we go into our next segment?
I just want to say that, you know, it's a beautiful thing when we understand that, you know, life is so much more about ourselves, right? And that we can make a difference, you know, no matter where we are. Like, I think when we're in, you know, church, I mean, I've been in church for so many years, and we've always heard it said that, you know, you are Jesus where you are. You are that influence in your respective sphere, right? And, you know, it's great when we're able to realize that God has placed us strategically in different areas, in different regions to make a difference. And, you know, I definitely want to thank everyone on this, you know, in this program tonight, those who are listening, for joining what we're doing, right? Because we recognize that we've been placed strategically where we are to impact the life of young people. That's our business, changing the life of young people. And we thank you for joining us in that effort to do so just by signing. So, Sister Angie, I also want to thank you tremendously too, so much for being a believer in South Shore Charter School and for allowing, you know, us to share what we're up to next, right? And we do crave your prayers. We believe in prayer, and you know, if you're hearing me, we need your prayers, and we want you to pray that God will help to clear all of the barriers that exist, you know, and that He will continue to help us to do the work He's called us to do. So thank you for those who are supporting us. And Sister Angie, thank you also so much for your support and for allowing me to be a part of the program today. Appreciate it so
Yes, not
much.
so fast. We have our pastoral associate in the house. Sure, he will have something to say while I have him here before he gets into his segment. But again, the appeal, everyone, if you're in California, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in anywhere within the United States of America, you can sign this petition. And please do not just sign it, share it with others, and follow up with them. 2,000. We need 2,000 signatures so you can see where the school is in as compared to what is required. So you can see how valuable your signature is. So, Reverend Billy, anything you want to add while Mr. Medicine is here? I know he is known personally to you. Um, so definitely, I'm sure it will make a tremendous difference as well.
Well, praise God. I'm very encouraged and enlightened to see, that our precious Deacon Mattison has followed the calling of God and making such a tremendous impact. I was very impacted by that video of those children graduating. It makes such a difference to see children happy and be in a place where they want to be and can be themselves without the fear, are just being let down by society and by those who should be lifting them up. So I appreciate the work you're doing, sir, and you and your team, and you're in our prayers. Believe me, we're going to be praying even more than we've prayed before, especially now with this drive that you believe God is leading into other areas of the community. Let's go right ahead and show that even in the midst of famine, when God blesses people, they're just going to keep getting better and better. So, congratulations and God bless you. Wish you great success in this drive and that it will be successful even beyond your wildest imagination. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much, Minister Bailey. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Thank you so much for joining us, and have A pleasant rest of the evening. And everybody sign, 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 sign,
Yes.
sign.